Hi, this is Resnekov here from VT-1 and Infinite MMA. I'm here with Pablo Popovitch, first mentor to beat Marcelo Garcia in his weight division in Abu Dhabi. So, very lucky to have him. First thing, I guess, what was it like to beat Marcelo Garcia?
Yeah, it was great. I trained really hard to beat him, you know, and I like fighting him. He's the hardest fighter I ever fought. You know, technical match. You got to think it. You got to think your strategy. And it was a great feeling, you know. It was a great victory for me that day.
Now, you guys have fought 3 times now, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 times. He beat me twice in the finals of Abu Dhabi, 2005, 2007, and I beat him in 2009.
Now, the first fight was by submission, right? That he won?
Yeah, the first 2 fights was by submission, and the last fight I won by points.
And he made a comment afterwards. He said you should do more jiu-jitsu instead of wrestling. I'm sure you might have heard him say that, right?
I don't know if you said that or not. Man, my background is jiu-jitsu. Of course. I started jiu-jitsu when I was 4, before he even thought about doing jiu-jitsu, you know, and I started wrestling when I was 16. But my game is, I play on people's weakness, you know what I mean? So if the guy has no wrestling, he has no wrestling, of course I'm gonna take him down and I'm gonna play my top game, you know. But as you can see in my fight with him, I swept him a couple times, playing bottom, I played top, you know, I took him down, I passed his guard, I swept him a couple times, so I did all jiu-jitsu, and it was more like a jiu-jitsu match.
Well, leading from that question, I mean, I don't know if you meant it as an insult or not, but I think the generation now of American fighters are really focusing on staying on top because it seems like sweeps aren't working as well.
Right.
I've noticed that a lot in the different schools, like Ryan Hall's school and stuff, they talk about not playing off your back. What's your thoughts on that for kind of the new grapplers that are coming up?
You have to be good at every aspect of the game. Because if you get a guy that's a great wrestler, you have to do guard. If you watch my match against Ben Askren, I pull guard on the guy. The guy's an Olympian. I mean, why would I wrestle the guy? You know what I mean? Now, if I fight a guy that has a great guard but doesn't know how to pass the guard, I might pull guard on the guy. You know, so I have a game where I can dictate where the match is going to go. I can do takedowns, I can pass the guard, I can do bottom, I can do whatever. I think that's the future. That's what the jiu-jitsu is leading into.
You can learn about that in his new DVD set, which is great. Next question about that is, let's say you're fighting a wrestler, right? What sort of guard do you like pulling? Closed guard, butterfly, half guard? What do you recommend to guys who are going to be... Because in Australia we don't have a lot of wrestlers, so when they get to Abu Dhabi we don't get to actually prepare for it that way.
Best way to fight a wrestler is first, you got to learn how to engage the wrestlers. I see a lot of guys, they try to pull guard, and right off the bat they get taken down, and then you're down 2 points, and then the wrestler starts stalling on you. So learn how to pull guard without giving out the takedown. And I believe that the best way to attack wrestlers is half guard sweeps, and from the half guard use your foot locks, knee bars, heel hooks. They're not used to that, so that's going to be the best thing to do against wrestlers. That's my game plans when I fight them.
That's fantastic, guys. Now, some of the people will say, I mean, you know, worldwide, they watch the last fight, my God, Marcelo Garcia, and of course I'm sure you know what questions coming next, that they accuse you of cheating in that match. What's your answer to that?
Man, that was a joke. You know, I thought the guy was unprofessional after the fight, because first fight we fought, you know, making a long story short, I was really sick. I got sick before the fight. Nobody knew about it. I made it all the way to the finals in 2005 in Abu Dhabi. I never gave out an excuse. You know, I don't remember grabbing his shorts. I remember the guy poking me in the eyes numerous times. I remember the guy complaining to the referee numerous times. The referee telling him that he wasn't seeing anything, and you know, and and that kind of took off my game, my passing game, because every time I tried to do my passing game, the guy, he's grabbing my shorts, and I wasn't really grabbing his shorts, so now I'm limited to what kind of passes I can do on the guy, you know. And to think about this, another way to think about it is we train with the gi a lot. You know, guy grab your shorts, he's gonna win the match because he's grabbing your shorts. It makes no sense at all. You know, and I've been competing all over the place. Nobody ever saw me grabbing anybody's shorts. You know, it wasn't my intention to grab his shorts. If I did it, maybe it was once because he was kicking me the whole time. If you can see, if you can see the match, I got kicked in the face, I got kicked on my hips, I got kicked on my chest, I got poked in the eyes numerous times. The next day, both of my eyes were black and I had cuts all over my face. I didn't complain about anything. You know, I lose, man, I lose. If I win, I'll win. But if I lose, I want to lose with respect. I'm going to respect my opponent. And I'm going to say both times in 2005, 2007, he was better than me. He beat me. But in 2009, I won. You know, and I thought it was disrespectful from him to come up with excuses after the match. You know, and let's hope we fight again now this year. You know, I think maybe he's going to bump weight, fight the weight above, and it's going to be a war, man.
That'll be interesting. I can't wait. Well, the next question after you kicked in the face and all that stuff is, are you thinking about MMA next? Or?
I did my MMA debut this year. I'm 1-0 right now. I'm really busy with my schools. I have 2 great schools in Pembroke Pines, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. By the way, everyone is welcome to come and train in my schools, whatever country you're from, whatever team you're from. I have not, my school, we have no politics, no bullshit, you know. So I'm more focused in my schools and winning grappling competitions. This year, last year I won the World Snow Gi, I won the Pan Am Snow Gi. I was voted by Gracie Mag the best jiu-jitsu fighter of the year. You know, so I'm more focused in grappling right now than anything. You know, I wanna try to be the best I can be at the sport, and I'm gonna keep doing my best.
Well, have you got any MMA fighters training coming to seek you out for MMA?
All the time, all the time. I trained John Hathaway for a while in London. I have trained BJ Penn for a while. You know, I have UFC fighters come in all the time. I had Ahmed Farker come in all the time. Toro Lawler, to name a few. Jeremy Stevens came in, trained with us for a while. I currently have a couple MMA fighters for my team that are fighting. You know, Wagner Rocha, James Brasco, to name a few. So,
how would BJ Penn go in Abu Dhabi? That's the next question everyone will probably want to know.
BJ Penn is the kind of guy that whoever he puts his mind into, he's going to do well. All he needs to do is focus on one thing. It's like me training for Abu Dhabi, trying to do the UFC. It's not going to work. You know, but if I put my mind into to go to the UFC, I'm pretty sure, you know, in a year, 2 years, I'm going to be at that level with those guys. So it's a totally different story. It's like people say, oh, GSP is going to do the Olympics for wrestling. Unless he takes the time and dedicates his life to wrestling, there's no way he's going to do well in the Olympics. You know, it's common sense. So people got to be realistic about things.
Well, that answered almost my next question, which was how far is Abu Dhabi from MMA in terms of making the adjustment?
Man, Abu Dhabi is top level, buddy. And for you to be able to win Abu Dhabi, you got to be the best grappler there is. There's no question about it. You can't just go into Abu Dhabi being an MMA fighter and hoping to win it. You're not going to win it. You know, you got to be a pure grappler. You got to train with the gi. You got to have a background in jiu-jitsu. You got to know how to wrestle. You know, you got to have all your tools, otherwise you're not going to win.
2 more questions as we're getting finished. First question is with your students. Do you still keep that traditional aspect of jiu-jitsu with self-defense in your curriculum and stuff like that, or you find you focus more on?
We do a few self-defense skills in the class. Quick background on my background, I was trained on the cross with Gracie, and I used to do seminars with him, so I know all the self-defense skills, basic, you know, everything. I know all the self-defense. I used to train DEA for self-defense. I train SWAT and stuff. I try not to teach a lot of self-defense because most of my students want to compete and they want to do it as a sport. They want to lose weight. They want to get fit. And I found out that just self-defense is kind of boring. So I do implement it on the curriculum, but it's not 100%. I don't have 100% classes of just self-defense, you know. But I do offer like MMA classes, teach you how to take the fight to the ground and pound, defend yourself in the guard. We do have those kind of classes, but we have different programs. You know, it depends on what you want to do. We have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we have kickboxing, we have mixed martial arts, we have a competition team, we have a fundamental class for just beginners, guys that never trained before. So it all depends on your goal, what your goals are.
Last question. Was when you're preparing for Abu Dhabi, how many days, how do you split your no-gi and gi days when you're preparing, let's say, like 10 weeks out sort of thing?
10 weeks out, I'm just training no-gi, pretty much. You know, like, give you an example. Right now, Abu Dhabi is this September, I'm mostly training with the gi. You know, the days I'm training without the gis, just wrestling. I'm sorry to say this, I don't like judo. I like wrestling a lot. You know, I'm a really good wrestler. I've been wrestling since I was 16. It seems like I was made to do wrestling. you know, because my wrestling is really good. I can go with All-American guys and Olympians, and I do really well against them. But basically, I train with the gi. My game is the same with the gi and without the gi. All my positions works the same.
Then what's the crossover from gi to no gi? You know, a lot of guys argue about that. I mean, I love the gi, but what's the crossover?
Nah, it's just the grips.
Yeah, do you find it helps your no gi at all?
Yeah, of course.
It does help.
Of course. Have you seen a guy that never trained with the gi win Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, no.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just statistics.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
do you have a message for any of Australian fans?
Now, Australian fans, thanks for watching this video. Keep training jiu-jitsu. Hopefully I can make to Australia one day. I've never been there. I would love to go and see it and hang around with you guys. And man, keep training jiu-jitsu is the best thing in the world.
Guys, go to his website and let's bring him out to Australia.
Take care.